Just cleaning my desk, Matt. Don't mind me. Listen, we've got a fun one today. It's going to be a great Hot Wheel restoration, so don't go away. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Fat Guy Productions. I am Paul, coming to you as always from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. And indeed, I've got a really fun Hot Wheel. It's from my favorite designer, the infamous TD or Tom Daniel. This is going to be a lot of fun. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I'm finally getting to it. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to tackle the Tom Daniel designed iced tea. And I'm fortunate that my casting here, it's pretty solid, good hubs, the interior plastic thing. I've got the roof. Everything's here. The big question is, who the hell decided to paint it green? At what point would you paint the iced tea green? That just seems to make no sense to me. So, aside from needing a freshen up, it needs to be anything but green. Okay, so using my Vix Bits, I'll drill out this single post. It's actually just part of the motor. It runs right through the body and the interior and the base. So we'll drill that off, and that way we can get this car apart. Yeah, the base is pretty good shape. The interior is in pretty good shape. The roof is in pretty good shape. The only real issue here is it's missing the blocks of ice. But we're going to take care of that. I really don't like when the post is part of the engine. It's just difficult. I need to actually make myself something for holding these little motors when I have to do that. Because it's difficult. You got to drill into that post and you got to tap it and all that stuff. All the same things, but you have to do it while holding this little tiny motor. And so, yeah, I need to come up with some way to hold these while I'm doing that. Anyhow, I've got it drilled out, a little oil, my tap, we'll tap it out so it'll take a screw, and then we can go ahead and move on. I think until I find a better goo, I'm going to stop calling this the warm liquid goo phase, because this is not the warm liquid goo phase. This is the stinky, poopy goo phase. Ugh, I hate this. Look at that. Just barely moving down into the goo. It's no fun anymore. Really don't like it. So after a little bit of a soak in the stripper, we can go ahead and pluck it out, wash it, and get a look at the casting and see what we have here. Now, it's surprisingly kind of dull, but I'm getting the sense that there's more here than, you can see right now. So I'm going to hit it up with the brass bristle brush, and we're going to see what is really here. Yeah, there's little bits of damage and little anomalies in the casting, but I get the sense that this is going to polish up really, really well. And since I want to do a Spectraflame paint job on here, that's going to work out great for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and hit the body up with the calcium lime stuff from Flitz, along with the base, and try and get a better idea of what's going on here, because I feel like this casting might polish up pretty nice. The more I work on the body, the more I can see what's gonna be there. And here's the dilemma that I'm facing. I feel this is gonna shine up and be brilliant. Okay, I really do. A little Flitz, the rotary tool. I think this is gonna just be brilliant and sparkly and wonderful. But there are flaws in the casting. And if I fix the flaws in the casting, I'm probably going to kill the natural shine of this car. So I've kind of got to make a decision. Do I want to go with the natural shine of the car and live with the little flaws in the body, or do I want to fix those flaws? I think I'm going to try to just shine this up and see what we get. I'm a little concerned by this decision because I'm planning on using a light blue on this. And so I'm worried. But I think that's the path I'm going to go with, and we'll just have to see how it works out. Okay, so after thoroughly brushing the base, the body, and the motor with the brass bristle brush, I'll break out the Flitz, and I'm going to give this all a really good polishing with the rotary tool. And then we'll see. We'll see what the body is looking like, and then I'll be forced to make the final decision. Do I push forward with it just shined up, or do I go back and do some sanding and things like that? Anyhow, let's get to polishing. So I just can't turn away from how shiny this car came out, and I have decided I'm just going to push forward with it as is. And I'm going to paint this car in what else but ice blue Spectraflame paint. I mean, it just seems like a given, right? So we're going to just go ahead and mix that up with a little bit of hardener, and then we'll go ahead and start laying it down. And the trick here is going to be a light touch, because I really want it to be kind of a cold and chilly blue, right? And the ice blue will give me that. I just need to be careful here. And just like that, I have kind of overshot my mark. Just being honest here. I think I've got too many coats on it, and it's gone a little too blue. I should have stopped about 2 coats earlier. But hey, it is what it is. I still think it looks great. I don't think it's enough for me to want to go ahead and strip it and start over again. But I wish I'd probably stopped a couple coats earlier. Hey, you guys will be the arbiter of that at the end. You can let me know what you think about the color. Okay, again, this is a perfect casting for the hot swap hubs because it has the straight axles. So I'll cut away the old wheels. Once I'm done, I'll pop a hot swap hub on each axle, and then I'll be able to use hub style wheels to replace the old wheels, and I'll have a like new body. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so with the wheels all cut away, I'm going to treat the base and the motor with the Renaissance wax and basically just kind of stick my finger into the jar, scoop up a little bit and kind of just smear it all in and rub it around and just make sure I cover every little nook and cranny. And then I can just polish it away with a microfiber cloth. And this is going to leave a protective barrier on the exposed metal so it won't retarnish and all the work that we did to polish this up won't go to waste. Okay, so on go the hot swap hubs, and I found the easiest way, and it's not that easy, is I hold them with a pair of needle nose pliers on the sides, and then just kind of work the groove that's in the hub onto the axle and then just kind of push it on there. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's also not the hardest thing in the world, and it's totally worth it. So I'll go around and I'll pop on some hubs all the way around. I'll drop them a couple times here and there, but anyhow, eventually they'll all get on, and then I can put the wheels on. All right, the hubs are on. Now I'm just pressing on the new wheels, and then the base will be done, and I can set it to the side. So I want to try and paint in the words iced tea on the sides of the roof. And I'm actually going to kind of take a little piece of poster board and I'm going to paint it with some black paint and then just press the roof onto that, sort of like I'm getting ink on a rubber stamp. And I'll just kind of worm it back and forth a little bit, and hopefully that will fill in the words iced tea on the side of the roof, and hopefully it'll look pretty good. All right, so it kind of worked. I'll just say it kind of worked. I wish the paint was a little more opaque, where it pressed on perfectly. It's just a little thin. I wish it was a deeper black. But hey, first try at this, something like that. So I'm just gonna leave it be. I don't want to push the issue and screw up what I've got. All right, it is put your car together time. So I've got all the pieces, everything's dry, paint's dry, we're ready to go. I'm going to take the one screw out of the motor, and then we'll go ahead and stick this car together. Alrighty, there you have it, just like that. The iced tea is done, and I think it looks pretty amazing. Let's take a look. Well, there you have it, my iced tea in ice blue. And I got to tell you, a couple decisions I made that I'm really happy with. First of all, I'm very happy that I chose to keep the natural brilliance of the casting rather than deal with any of the little um, blemishes in the casting itself. I think that was the way to go. So, Paul won, or nothing. But the car is going to make up for it on the paint job. I love the color I picked, but I think I screwed it up. Okay, frankly, I should have stopped a couple passes earlier. I think it's too blue. I think it would have looked chillier and icier if I'd stopped a little bit earlier. I still like it. I don't dislike it enough to redo it or anything like that. I'm just saying I think I probably should have stopped a little bit earlier. My eyes were lying to me, and I just thought, oh, let me put a couple extra coats on here, and I really didn't need to do that. So 1-1 tie. Okay. At the end of the day, though, I have a car I really dig. So yeah, there you have it. I hope you dig the video. If you did, please give it a giant thumbs up. Click subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss one of my diecast videos. As always, if you have any questions or comments, anything like that, please put them down below because I do love to hear from you guys. All right, that's it. I'm going to get out of here. Till next time, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions saying, be good.